baby.
August 15, 2018 by Katie PAULSON. Why the Catholic Church needs to be classified as a cult. Yesterday, I watched the news as the Attorney General of the state of Pennsylvania detailed a grand jury report against the Catholic Church. As a former Catholic, my heart pained listening to the allegations of SA, RAPE, and the massive cover-up of the church. More than 300 priests were credibly accused in the abuse of more than 1,000 children. Bishops and cardinals in the church led a massive cover-up to protect the church. The Attorney General noted this is the most extensive report against the church with the most victims in the United States. You are saying that again? As a former Catholic, I'm outraged and disgusted by the church taking such great lengths to protect predators. However, as an RAP survivor, Jesus, let's just bring it all back to me. I've got to bring it back to me. However, as an RAPE survivor, I am heartbroken for the victims and their families. The Catholic Church is a predatory and dangerous cult that needs to be held accountable. And where is the word be? You just didn't write it in there. Oh no, you didn't. What is going to me tonight? Full moon. But if you do any research or reading about dangerous cults, the church meets so many of the criteria. So many of the criteria. If you don't believe me, I'll go through a rundown of the requirements of a cult. Okay. The checklist I'm using is courtesy of Cult Recovery 101. The group is focused on a religious leader that members focus and worship zealously. Members have an unquestioning commitment to the leader. You don't need to look any further than the Pope to find your leader. Hello, Pope. Hello, Pope Mobile. How are you doing? Oh, sorry, I was just... I was doing my Pope wave in my Pope Mobile behind my bulletproof screen. Just live in the moment. Catholics worship the Pope as a deity with a pipeline to God. Members fawn over his rules, worship his holiness, and protect the Pope with fierce conviction. The Pope, cardinals, bishops, and priests have the power to decide what Catholics will go to heaven and those that remain in purgatory. What the flying No. Only God. You have a relationship with God. God makes the decision, not these people on earth. What are you talking about, Katie? What are you talking about? Members fear the Pope and leaders because they know they hold their salvation in their hands. The group is preoccupied with bringing in new members. Without a crystal ball. The Catholic Church works tirelessly to recruit and maintain membership within the church. Catholic charities work to serve underprivileged communities with the sole purpose of converting the individuals to the church. That's not right. They serve the community as in feeding the homeless and helping the homeless because they want to help people, not to try and recruit them. Not everything that everyone does for other people has like an alternative motive to it. You always have some manipulation, some scheme behind anything you do for other people. You never do anything just for the sake of doing something good. You only do when you know you are going to get something back. You don't understand simple human nature. Nuns routinely walk the streets recruiting and meeting homeless people to get them to join the church. 1.1 billion people in the world call the Catholic Church home. The group is preoccupied with making money. Take out the group, put in WOACB, is preoccupied with making money. Bam! Truth. Boom. If you ever have a question about the greediness of the Catholic Church, all you need to do is step foot into a cathedral or basilica. Church altars decorated in precious metals, and many European cathedral altars are made from gold. A CNN report from 2015 estimated the Vatican's assets to be $8 billion. Questioning, doubt, and dissent are discouraged or even punished. With all the SA scandals that come forward, It is impossible to ignore that the church discounted the members' concerns. Problem priests, bishops and cardinals were moved around the country. Around the world, Katie. Around the world. Maybe you should look into what happened in the UK, for example. Families were discouraged from going to authorities with their allegations. Priests used their position in the church to manipulate victims. The group is elitist, claiming a special exalted status for itself, its leaders and members. I know firsthand how the... Watch out, Katie knows firsthand. I know firsthand how the Catholic Church manipulates members to believe the church is the one true church. Members are encouraged to marry other members. If a non-member wishes to marry a member in the church, the non-member must seek permission from the church. Many times the church will request the non-member to convert to the faith. My father was not a member of the church. However, at the time of my parents' wedding, the church required my father to agree to raise any offspring in the church. Members consistently hear Catholics are the only saved individuals going to heaven. The group's leader is not accountable to any authorities. The Pope is the most powerful man not only in the world, but the most influential leader of faith in the world. For hundreds of years, the Catholic Church has remained above the law. The latest allegations against the church demonstrate the lengths the church will go to protect the institution, interfere or disrupt investigations, and manipulate authorities to dismiss or keep charges from becoming public. The Catholic Church consistently uses their money to leverage and lobby for laws that protect their status in the United States. In fact, they work tirelessly to prevent the release of the grand jury report to the public. The leadership induces guilt feel... This is you to a T, KT. The leadership induces guilt feelings in members to control them. Bing, 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 bing. I think we have the winner. This is the one. I'm gonna circle it. Insert WOACB. Without a crystal ball, induces guilt feelings in members to control them. Ooh. The Catholic Church does guilt better than any other church in the world. How do you know, Katie? How do you know? I experienced the power the church exhibited over my own family. Members are taught to put the needs of the church above the needs of their families. Church families are supposed to take the place of blood relatives. Members are required to give their money, time, and resources to the church before meeting their personal needs. Bull! In the Catholic world, the hierarchy is God, the church, and then your family. The victims in the Pennsylvania case were guilted and manipulated to keep quiet about their ABUSE. Many felt threatened by leadership to come forward. Administration downplayed the assaults or minimized the magnitude of the crimes. In numerous instances, RAPES reports were reduced to fondling or inappropriate touching in priest files or reports. The leadership sometimes dictates in great detail how members should think, act, and feel. I'm walking on eggshells. Yeah. I'm walking on eggshells as a member, as a subscriber of Katie. The Catholic Church holds salvation over the heads of every single member. Catholics don't get to go to heaven just because they believe in God. No, they must be in good graces with the church, free of sin and absolved of any wrongdoing that they have committed. Damnation threatens Catholics to adhere to the rules and regulations of the church. By using salvation as a tool to manipulate and control members, the church can then dictate how the members live their lives. We are told how to raise our children, how to vote, what to believe, what not to question, and what we are to feel in nearly every aspect of our lives. If you ever want to know who to vote for in an election, pop into Mass during an election season. Priests will often be found dictating who the congregation should vote for and how this meets the needs of the church. The Catholic Church is not a church out to do good things in the world. They are a criminal organisation that has worked for hundreds of years to control, manipulate, oppress and victimise members. How many more victims of SA do we need to count before we start calling this church a dangerous cult? Do we need to continue to trust the church will do the right thing? Thus far, they have made no promising steps to correct their issues. As long as the church continues, 1.1 billion people, they will control our politics, our schools, and our laws. If you are a Catholic still practicing, you are a victim too. No one has the power to control your salvation, happiness, or your family relationships. Leave now and deprogram your brain. When I left the church, I was finally able to see the church exists only for the church. We are humans that do not matter to the church. If we are victims, we are liars. The Catholic Church has proven over and over again they will always protect themselves rather than the people they hurt. Is that an organisation you want controlling what happens to your salvation? I really hope it's not. I really hope it's not. I think I've said enough. Far out, Brussels sprout. 2, 3, go. However, if you do any research or reading about dangerous cults, like I do 24/7, that's all I do is read on my book. From my book I am reading, but I'm always online and I'm writing and I'm trying to make money and I'm trying to lie and I'm trying to do this and I'm always lie, that's all I do. Lie, every day, 24/7, 365 days a year.
Yeah, baby.